The Saints are closing in on finding their offensive coordinator for the 2024 season, and I think it's the right choice and potentially a home run hire for the team in Klint Kubiak. Let's talk about it right here on the Straight Up Saints podcast.
You're listening to the Straight Up Saints podcast.
What is up, Buddha Nation? Welcome back inside another edition of the Straight Up Saints podcast. I'm your host, Chris Vogel. It was announced today by Adam Schefter this Friday afternoon. He said the Saints are working to hire 49ers passing game specialist Klint Kubiak as their offensive coordinator. Kubiak would join the Saints after he coaches his final game with the 49ers in Super Bowl 58. No deal can be finalized until after the game. So, a lot to digest here. Let's go through all of it. I've been pretty critical of the Saints at times this offseason, probably more than most people. I think this would be a great hire for the Saints because I think it checks off a lot of boxes. You want new ideas? Klint Kubiak brings in those new ideas, not just from what he's learned from his father, but from what he's learned with the 49ers this year, being under that Kyle Shanahan tree. You want more motion? Go look at what the 49ers do from a motion perspective, and then look at what the Saints did with Pete Carmichael. There's so much more motion, and that should make things a little easier for Derek Carr, and will also help out guys like Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave kind of exploit certain matchups. So that's a home run there. You want a guy who's called plays before? Kubiak's done that. He called plays for the Vikings in 2021, and although the team's record wasn't great, Kirk Cousins had 33 touchdowns and 7 picks that season. So off the bat, new ideas coming from the right tree, being able to use motion, getting the best out of your quarterbacks. He checks off all those boxes, and just those 4 reasons alone, I would be really pumped up about the hire of Klint Kubiak. Now, it's not just about that for me. I think getting the best out of your quarterback doesn't just go down to the Kirk Cousins thing. Look at what the Niners have done with Brock Purdy. I think he's excelled even more this year. And I don't want to hear what people say about all the game manager stuff. You can see a quarterback feeling more comfortable in the system. And obviously a big component of that's going to go to Kyle Shanahan, and rightfully so. But if you look at just the past concepts that the 49ers have been running, their guys in terms of scheme, not only is it strategic and making sure people are open, it's just in terms of the way they play football compared to the Saints, it's 2 different games. The Saints are kind of playing an old style, methodical, going down the field type of football, and there was never any of those kind of big home run plays. And I think the Saints can get better at that with the talent they have, with Shaheed, with Olave. Obviously, we'll see what they do with a guy like A.T. Perry if he takes that next step, but there's a lot to like. So Klint Kubiak's probably going to be the Saints head coach. It's not finalized yet because of the Super Bowl, but it seems like they've locked in on it. And the reason I love this move is the Saints just didn't stick to the old, stick with what you know. This is a different hire. This is someone who's never coached with the Saints before. Now, he's been around the block, right? Was with the Broncos as an assistant, then with the Vikings, then got promoted as OC, then went back to Denver, then with the 49ers. So he's been around the block, but he is an experienced coach, still on the younger side. And the task is going to be 2 things. Revitalize the run game, something that Klint Kubiak's father was excellent at with Denver, and then figuring out how to get the best out of Derek Carr. I think this is a really intriguing hire. If it doesn't work out and he fails in New Orleans, I can live with it because I think this is the right guy for this team. But man, I'm excited. And I haven't said that often. I've been very critical of this team, but I think Klint Kubiak's the type of guy for the Saints that if they feel like they're stuck in neutral and they're trying to get more methodical and play complementary football, that could get them closer to it because I think the offense will be better with him at the controls.
Looking for a super offer for Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BOOT. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code BOOT. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
So once again, I think this is the home run hire for the Saints, bringing in Klint Kubiak. If it works, will it work? We'll get that in time, right? We'll figure it out in the fall. But in terms of going out there and telling us we want a new coordinator, we want to make sure we get the right guy in, the Saints did that. They deserve some credit for being aggressive, locking in on their guy, and getting said guy in Klint Kubiak. So Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What do you guys think about this move? Is this something that gives you a little bit more optimism for the 2024 season? Are you indifferent about it? Do you not like the hire? Let me know below. And as always, make sure to subscribe to Boo Crew Media's YouTube page for more content from the Straight Up Saints podcast, the destination for